What if the answer you've been chasing is she actually into you, has been speaking to you in silence the whole time, through signals so small most men never learn to see them? Today, I'm going to hand you a precise, field-tested way to read those signals without second-guessing yourself. No begging for clarity, no overthinking texts, no chasing. You'll learn how to calibrate in real time using nonverbal psychology, attraction research, and masculine composure. By the end, you'll have a clean internal checklist to identify 7 silent signs of attraction, plus the exact moves to respond with strength, respect, and zero neediness. Keep listening, because I'm not giving you generalities. I'll show you how to set a baseline, how to stack cues so you don't misread a single gesture, and how to move from signal to logistics like a man who leads with certainty. Before we get to the 7 signs, there's a rule you must adopt, or the rest won't matter. Think like a researcher, not a romantic. That means you never jump to conclusions off one cue. You build a cluster, 3 or more signals in a short window, against a baseline. Baseline means how she behaves with others and how she behaves before the interaction heats up. The minute you start observing like this, the noise drops and the pattern emerges. This protects you from fantasy and from false positives. It also keeps you calm, and composure is attractive. A second rule: attraction is expressed on 4 channels: eyes, body orientation, vocal tone and tempo, and touch. Even in a silent context, there are micro-rhythms in how she looks, leans, breathes, and mirrors you. Finally, respect and consent are non-negotiable. You're here to notice, not to pressure. Your frame is simple, present, grounded, leading, and ready to walk away. That is the masculine edge. Silent sign number 1 is proximity management, the way she negotiates distance with you. Human space has zones, and the closer someone allows you without tension, the stronger the comfort and attraction. Pay attention to drift and angle. Drift is when she gradually ends up closer to you across minutes without an explicit reason. Angle is when her torso and feet orient toward you rather than away. If she closes distance during normal conversation, if she leans in when you speak and doesn't retreat when you pause, if her feet point toward you while her shoulders are relaxed, you're reading green lights. The psychology is simple. We approach what we want more of. Women who feel indifferent keep a neutral or closed stance, often with a bag, a phone, or a crossed arm acting as a barrier between you and them. Women who feel drawn reduce barriers and invite shared space. Your move when you notice this is subtle leadership. Lower your voice slightly. Quiet confidence pulls her in even closer. Shift half a step to the side rather than directly forward. It creates a collaborative frame instead of pressure. Then test logistics softly. Let's sit over there where it's quieter. If she follows smoothly, that's not just compliance, it's investment. Silent sign number 2 is eye contact timing and micro-expressions. Attraction shows up in the eyes first, not just as she looked at me, but exactly how and for how long. Watch for the look and hold that lingers a fraction of a second beyond politeness, the quick glance down after eye contact, and the re-engage. That down-then-back pattern often signals interest, blended with a touch of shyness. There's also the sparkle in the outer corners when she's genuinely pleased to see you, softening around the eyes rather than a tight, polite smile. Another strong indicator is when she looks at your mouth while you're speaking. It's often unconscious. If you catch her making eye contact, glancing away, then returning soon after, you're seeing a loop of attention. Pair that with an easy smile that reaches the eyes and you've got a powerful cluster. Your move is to hold her gaze calmly for a beat longer than normal and then shift to a relaxed smile. Avoid the rapid stare. Intensity without ease reads as pressure. Ease with intent is magnetic. Keep speaking slowly. Cadence signals certainty, and certainty invites trust. Silent sign number 3 is synchrony and mirroring, the subtle choreography where her body starts echoing yours. When 2 people like each other, they unconsciously align posture, gestures, and even breathing tempo. You lean back and she leans back. You cross an ankle and she does something similar. You take a sip. A few seconds later, she takes a sip. Even your speech rhythms can align. The pace of her sentences may match yours, and her laughter might rise and fall at the same tempo. This isn't a trick, it's a natural rapport mechanism and has been observed across countless social settings. Here's the field test. Change your posture from squared to slightly angled, or shift your weight from one foot to the other, and notice if she follows within 10 to 20 seconds. Do this twice. If it happens consistently, you're not imagining attraction, you're watching it synchronize. Your move is not to play Simon Says, it's to own the lead. Set a calm, open posture, shoulders back, chest relaxed, head level. That posture sets the emotional temperature. When she follows, push the interaction forward with a small escalation. Move to a spot with better lighting, sit closer at a right angle instead of face-to-face, or offer a brief, appropriate touch paired with eye contact. If the synchrony remains, attraction is alive and building. Silent sign number 4 is self-adornment and preening cues done in your presence. When a woman is drawn to a man, she often makes micro-adjustments to look her best while he's observing, even if she doesn't realize it. Think hair grooming at the side rather than the back, a light neck touch that exposes the vulnerable front of the neck, adjusting a necklace, sliding a sleeve, smoothing clothing across the hip, checking a compact or lip balm, or angling the wrist to reveal the inner forearm. These are not performance theatrics. They're small, almost private movements. The key is the timing. Do they happen after you arrive, after you say something she likes, or when the interaction is heating? Stack them with proximity and eye contact and you have a strong composite. Your move is to notice without staring. Let your approval register with a small smile and keep talking. If you compliment, keep it specific and grounded. That color suits you, rather than gushing. Compliments delivered with restraint are more powerful because they signal abundance, not thirst. Silent sign number 5 is touch initiation and touch maintenance. Attraction seeks contact. It might show as a light forearm tap when she laughs, fingers brushing your hand as you exchange something, standing so that shoulders occasionally meet, or leaving her hand on your arm a moment longer than necessary. Another tell is when she uses touch to emphasize her own words. She's inviting a physical channel into the conversation. Watch for what happens after the first contact. Does she withdraw quickly, or does she seem comfortable keeping that space open for more? If she repeats touch across minutes, that's not an accident, it's a pattern. Your move is calibrated reciprocity. Mirror the location and pressure at or slightly below the intensity she offered and release before she does, then re-engage later. That rhythm communicates respect and leadership. If she increases duration or moves toward more intimate zones like elbow or shoulder rather than just the hand, you escalate logistics, not just touch. Suggest a micro move. Let's grab a table over there. Walk with me. I'm going to check out that view. If the touch continues across transitions, logistics are now aligned with attraction. Silent sign number 6 is territorial invitation, how she arranges objects, time, and microspaces to include you without directly asking. Attraction doesn't only bring a person closer, it rearranges the environment to keep the connection going. Look for her placing a bag or jacket so there's space beside her for you, saving a seat, shifting her stance to create an opening in a circle of people, or setting her drink near you rather than with her group. Notice how she handles interruptions. When someone pulls her attention, does she anchor you with a glance, a hand gesture meaning 1 second, or a quick re-entry back to you after she's done? If a song changes and she suggests moving where it's quieter, that's not convenience, that's commitment. Another strong indicator is the slow exit, where she lingers at the edge of leaving, offering a final topic, a last laugh, or a fresh question instead of actually walking away. Your move is to reward investment by leading clearly. Fill the space she's opened, step into the saved seat, take the spot she cleared, or suggest the next simple step. Remember, ambiguity kills momentum. Clear invitation plus clear leadership equals forward motion. Silent sign number 7 is social filtering, how she manages third parties when she's with you. Even without words, attraction changes her social priorities. She may reposition so her friends are behind you and she's facing you. She might subtly shield your conversation from others by leaning in and angling her body, reduce her phone visibility, or flip the screen down when you're engaging. If friends approach, she might touch your arm as a signal to stay, introduce you quickly, or keep her body oriented toward you as they speak. If she leaves you for a moment, she gives a quick anchor, eye contact with a small smile, a light touch, or "I'll be right back," paired with a step backward rather than a turn and walk. All of this is silent priority. Your move is to stay relaxed and socially fluent. Acknowledge friends with ease, keep your frame open, and then resume the flow with her as if nothing pulled you off center. That unreactive poise is a force multiplier. It reads as rare. Now, let's make all of this practical with a simple process you can run in your head anytime. Step 1. Set your own baseline. Roll your shoulders back, breathe low and slow, plant your feet, and feel the ground. You're not performing, you're settling. Your voice should be a touch slower than average and a touch lower than your default. Calm and warm beats loud and fast. Step 2. Open with presence, not over-talking. A straightforward smile, steady eye contact, and a clear statement or question is enough. Step 3. Observe clusters over 90 seconds. Do you see proximity drift, orienting feet, and a look and hold with a smile? Do you see a preening cue and a mirroring cue? Do you feel an easy touch? If you can call out 3 in quick succession, proceed. If you don't see a cluster, you don't force anything. You enjoy the moment, and you move on. Step 4. Test logistics softly. Let's sit for a minute. Come, I want to see that. Walk with me. Watch what happens. Does she follow quickly with relaxed shoulders? Do the signals stay strong in the new spot? That's your confirmation. Step 5. Escalate with respect. Keep your hands slow and your intentions clear. If she retracts, you stop. If her signals increase, you lead. To keep your calibration sharp, memorize these common misreads and how to correct them. The first misread is assuming friendliness equals attraction. Friendly cues are symmetric and social. Attraction cues are asymmetric and focused. A friendly woman will orient to the group, maintain equal distance with everyone, and give polite smiles that don't always reach the eyes. An attracted woman isolates attention onto you, drifts closer without inviting everyone else, and pairs smiles with prolonged eye contact or small self-adornment moves. Correction: always compare her behavior with you to her behavior with others. The second misread is reading a single touch as romantic. In crowded environments, incidental contact is normal. Correction: notice repeat touches, increased duration, and touch that escalates in intimacy zones. The third misread is confusing anxiety with attraction. Some people fidget or self-touch because they're nervous, not drawn to you. Correction: nervous self-touch tends to be rapid, protective, and paired with withdrawal. Attraction preening tends to be smoother, exposing, and paired with approach. Let's go deeper on each sign with tactical details you can apply immediately. For proximity management, the most reliable sub-cue is feet orientation. Feet tell the truth because they're less consciously managed. If her feet are pointed at you while her upper body turns to someone else, her attention is still with you. Another sub-cue is shoulder tension. If her shoulders drop and her breathing slows when you arrive, your presence is soothing. Your optimal response is to reduce your own movement slightly. Stillness reads as strength. Then create a micro-invitation. Turn your body 45 degrees so there's an opening beside you. If she steps into it, your proximity is now mutual. For eye contact timing, learn the difference between the polite triangle, eyes to nose to mouth quickly, and the attracted triangle, eyes to mouth and back with a slow return to the eyes. A second pattern is the eye check on logistics. When you suggest moving, she looks into your eyes for a quick read before agreeing. If she likes you, that check ends with a small smile and a nod. Your best move is patient stillness. Give her the space to look and decide. Men who rush that moment, kill it. Hold your grounded gaze, relax your jaw, and let her choose to step closer. For mirroring, remember that synchrony is a dance, not a test. You can increase it by reducing your verbal content and letting your body carry more of the communication. Slow your gestures, anchor your feet, and let your hands express points with economical movement. If she mirrors, you escalate by inviting a shared rhythm, walking together, swaying slightly to music, or leaning in to hear something in a quieter corner. The goal is to move from social to intimate tempo without forcing anything. For preening cues, timing is everything. If she adjusts her hair the second you compliment her, that's not neutral grooming. It's an attraction response. If she reveals the inner wrist while speaking and holds it there, she's unconsciously showing a vulnerable area. If she applies lip balm after you arrive and then looks at you, that's a powerful tell. Your response is appreciation without fixation. Continue your thread with a light smile. If you decide to compliment, anchor it to something she chose, not her genetics. Your style is sharp, lands better than "you're so beautiful," because it respects her agency and keeps you from sounding impressed too quickly. For touch, think in ladders of intimacy. environment to clothing to body. She might start by adjusting a thread on your sleeve or dusting a speck off your shoulder. Later, she may touch your forearm when laughing. Later still, she keeps her hand on your elbow while talking. Your job is to meet her where she is. Touch back at the same level or one rung down, not two rungs up, and always let her be the one to increase duration first. That's how you maintain safety and escalate correctly. For territorial invitation, notice how she handles obstacles. If she moves a chair to create a closer angle, if she steps around a person to stay near you, or if she positions her bag behind you so she has to come back to that spot, she's designing reasons to remain. Your move is to secure the space with intentionality. If she creates a seat, take it confidently. If she opens a circle, step into it and include her friends for a minute before isolating again. Leadership is not isolation, it's flow. For social filtering, the strongest nonverbal is re-entry speed. If she returns to you quickly after someone diverts her, that's priority. Another is the protective lean, angling her body to shelter your conversation. If a friend tries to pull her out and she anchors you with touch or eyes before leaving, she wants continuity. Your move is to make continuity effortless. When she comes back, pick up a thread from before without requalifying yourself. It signals that you expect good things to continue and that calm expectation is rare. Let's also talk about the masculine mindset that makes these signals reveal themselves. Women read nervousness as uncertainty. Uncertainty kills polarity. You reduce nervousness by giving your mind a job. Observe clusters, breathe low, and lead small. A man with self-command doesn't try to dazzle, he attends. Attention is power. You'll also use strategic scarcity. Don't park in an interaction forever just because you feel a few sparks. If logistics aren't aligning, exit warmly and on your terms. Scarcity isn't a game. It's how you protect your time and respect hers. Now I'm going to give you a compact internal checklist you can run in under 2 minutes. First, posture scan. Are her feet pointed toward me? Has her torso opened? Has distance decreased? Second, eye scan. Did I get a look and hold with a soft smile? Did she glance at my mouth? Did she re-engage after looking away? Third, synchrony scan. Is she mirroring my pace, gestures, or breathing? Fourth, preening scan. Has she adjusted hair, jewelry, clothing, or exposed the inner wrist since we started? Fifth, touch scan. Has she initiated or maintained touch more than once? Sixth, territory scan. Is she creating space for me beside her or keeping me anchored during interruptions? Seventh, social scan. Does she reduce phone visibility, angle toward me with others present, or return quickly after being pulled away? If you can say yes to any 3 of these, you're not guessing, you're reading attraction. Lead to a quieter spot, sit, and let things unfold. To keep you sharp, adopt 3 habits outside any interaction. Habit 1, train your eye daily. When you're out, pick any couple and watch for synchrony, matching postures, timing, and distance. You'll see what attraction looks like when it's already established, and your brain will learn the pattern. Habit 2, practice stillness. 5 minutes a day of standing with feet grounded, breathing low, eyes soft, jaw relaxed. Stillness makes your presence heavier without effort. 3. Say less, mean more. Make statements rather than seeking approval. Statements create structure. Questions ride on that structure. Structure is leadership. There's one more layer that makes everything easier: your standards. Men get needy when their standards are vague. Clarify the kind of energy you allow into your life: kindness, curiosity, reciprocal effort, and emotional steadiness. When your standards are firm, you're not trying to harvest signs of attraction from someone who's lukewarm. You're noticing them from someone who's already meeting you halfway. That shift alone eliminates most confusion. Now tie this together with a simple field sequence you can use tonight. You arrive calm, you open lightly, you observe for 90 seconds. You see proximity drift and a look and hold. You notice a hair adjustment revealing the neck. That's 3. You lead. Let's grab that spot. She follows, feet still toward you, smile still easy. She touches your forearm when she laughs. That's confirmation. You slow your voice, hold her eyes, mirror her pace, and keep the flow. When a friend interrupts, she gives you a quick 1 second with eyes before turning, then returns to you. That's priority. You maintain composure, then suggest the next step. I'm going to check out the view outside for a minute. Come with me. You're not pleading, you're inviting. She accepts. Attraction plus leadership plus respect. That's the formula. Before we close, let me solve 3 dilemmas that confuse good men. First dilemma, what if the signals are mixed? Mixed signals are usually weak signals. If you don't see a clean cluster, assume it's not there. Indifference is a gift. It keeps you moving. Second dilemma, what if you're misreading friendliness from a highly social woman? Compare her behavior with you to a baseline with others. If she treats everyone like a festival, you're not special. Walk. Third dilemma, what if you feel strong signals but logistics aren't possible right now? Your job is to secure a future point with clarity and then disengage. I like this. I'm free Thursday. Meet me at 8. If she accepts decisively, great. If she hedges or disappears, you've saved time and dignity. Your attraction radar is now sharper than most men will ever develop. You understand that silent signs are not magic. They're patterns of approach, attention, synchrony, adornment, touch, territory, and social priority. You know how to stack cues against a baseline, how to test logistics without pressure, how to lead without forcing, and how to hold yourself with the kind of composed masculinity that makes these signals multiply. From here, your job is simple. Practice observation everywhere, prefer clusters over guesses, lead when you see green lights, and walk when you don't. The right woman will show you her interest in 100 quiet ways. When you can hear the silence, you'll never chase shadows again.